Welcome to Coach Magic, the show for the woman who is all in on creating a life, business, and family that's beyond her wildest dreams. I'm Jenny Fennig, and I am so excited to help you get confident, focused, and paid. Let's rewrite the rules and get moving in the direction of your deepest desires. Ready, set, go. Hey there, Jenny Fennig. Welcome to Coach Magic. So excited to spend this time with you. I have just been loving having this a part of my life again, and I hope you feel the same. If you are totally digging the show, I would be super grateful if you would leave a rating or review on your podcast platform of choice. That's a wonderful way for us to spread the good word about Coach Magic to all the other incredible women, entrepreneurs, and leaders out there who are doing incredible things with their gifts and talents. And let's do this thing together. So as I was thinking about tuning into what do we want this episode to be, the theme that just kept coming up in my mind is your image. Your image. And have you outgrown it? We need to be cognizant of what people see when they come looking for us or when they find us online. And if you have not recently done this, it's time. So we outgrow old versions of ourselves. I know this has happened for you. This has happened for me many, many times. And one of the various reasons that I have invested in working with so many photographers through the years is that these photo sessions and the photographs that we create as a result, they are a snapshot in time of me and my energy and my essence that I then go share out with my community, with my audience, with you. And they do such a good job, these photos do such a good job of just showing my evolution over time. All right? Because who I am today, I'm recording this in 2024, is very different than who I was when I started my coaching business way back in 2008. My gosh, that's forever ago. I've evolved, I've changed, I've grown, I've outgrown old versions of me, I've outgrown old identities, old ways of doing business. I've outgrown certain clients and clients have outgrown me. It happens. This is the cycle of life. And so that's why I want to talk to you about this today, because often I'll be working with clients or just kind of seeing people's stuff online. And I know that they are beyond that. They're beyond that. But what we see is what is put out there. So if you're not cognizant of the online image that you have right now, then today we're going to have a little wake-up call, okay? Because when people come looking for you and they just stumble upon you, they're making snap judgments based on what they see, for better or worse. And so we want to ensure that we've done our part to put out the image, the vibe, the energy that is absolutely on point and aligned with who you are today and who you are becoming. Because that energy then attracts in that energy. There's that belief, right? Energy attracts like energy. So what we put out, we are attracting back. And so you're attracting in certain kinds of clients, certain kinds of opportunities, and you need to show that you're ready. You're ready. Let's do this thing. So when I invest in these new photos, and I recently did this when I was in Spain, it's like a new version of me is born. And I'm using the photos as an example because it's a really tangible concept that you can wrap your head around. I want you to start thinking about this idea that you're not done yet. We are not done yet. We are evolving. We are shifting. We are changing. And when we don't give mindfulness to this, then what can happen is that we are shrinking ourselves to fit into these places that we've outgrown. It's like, this just doesn't fit me anymore. With my kids, I often need to go through their closet because they outgrow their clothes. They literally can't wear the clothes anymore. Okay? And so this happens for us too. Maybe you've outgrown some clothes. They just don't fit you anymore. Maybe it's just not your style anymore. Like, I don't want to wear this. This doesn't feel good on me anymore. That can be said for our image. So maybe it is time for you to invest in some new photos, finding a great photographer who can capture your essence. And you can do incredible things with these photos. So using them online or your social channels, on your website, for a bio. If you're promoting yourself as a speaker, thinking about how you can utilize all of this content. These are assets. Maybe you're going to use some of those new images to brand a program, some kind of an offer that you're putting out there. I mean, there's so much you can do. I just think photos open up a whole new world. Maybe it's time for you to invest in some refreshed branding. Let's look at the look, the feeling, the energy that's coming across when people go to your site or check you out on social or wherever else it is that you are. Now, don't get like super overwhelmed by this, because I know what can happen, and all of a sudden you're like, that's it. I need a brand new website. I'm going to go find someone, hire them, and 6 months from now, maybe we'll have something up and out. Hey, if you want to do that, you can, but that's not what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting that you simply give some thought to how you can make some modifications here, some enhancements that don't take a ton of time or a ton of investment, but can have a really, really big impact. Okay. I mentioned the thing about the website because I've worked with so many coaches in particular, especially those who are maybe newer to creating their business. They've had success in other parts of their career. They've decided to go all in on this coaching. And then they decide they need this website, and it just takes forever and ever and ever because they're not quite sure what they want to put on there and even what their message is. And you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. There are other ways to create, a solid brand without going down a rabbit hole of a year of creating a site and it not even doing what you need it to do or want it to do. This is a sidebar I'm talking about right now, but it's important. Many coaches can do extraordinarily well with just landing pages, like a one-page site that is promoting some kind of a program, or a super, super simple website that just gives people a flavor of who you are. And then boom, the bulk of the energy is going to these sales pages, whatever your offers are. Okay, so I just want to make that point because it's important. It's important. But with anything you do, just think about what people are feeling when they see it, when they look at it. So that is an action from today's episode, is for you to just take a peek around when you go look at your stuff and ask yourself the question, does this reflect who I am now? Does this reflect who I am now? You can absolutely hire support to help you take this to the next level. Some of these shifts you can make yourself. You want to think about, what does your messaging convey? Do we need to tighten that up? Do we need to evolve that? Because again, we shift, we change, we evolve, and your messaging can evolve too. And that should be celebrated because people are perceiving you all the time based on these decisions that you've made. When people go find you online, they see decisions and they feel those decisions. When people meet you in person and experience your energy in a room, an in-person room, or even a virtual room, a Zoom room, they are feeling something based on how you show up, what you are putting out there, the words that you're using, what you're wearing, all of it, the total package, your style. All right? So have some fun with this. Really look at, what is that image? One element of my image is I love, love, love color. I tend to include a lot of color in what I do. All right. And I'm mindful of the colors that I'm selecting The colors really speak to me. They just pop out. And I'm like, whoa, I love that. From my most recent photo shoot I did, I kept seeing the color yellow. I was like, gosh, yellow. I was seeing it everywhere. It's like yellow, yellow, yellow. And I found 2 really cool yellow shirts and I brought them with me on this photo shoot. I also brought pink because pink has been a big part of the brand for quite some time. I love pink. And I was loving pink even before that awesome Barbie movie came out. I love that movie. Gosh, I love that movie. And I love pink. I own pink. And then I also love this neutral of white and cream. And so that was another color that I selected for that most recent shoot. That's a hot tip too. If you do a photo shoot, bring some different looks. I bring several different shirts or different pants or dresses or whatever it is that you're wearing, so you get some different looks. You don't want to just have one outfit the whole time because, yeah, that kind of gets boring. You want different looks. You want to just put out different imagery, different colors, different vibes, all of that. Okay? I love talking about this because it just gets me super, super excited. And so that's one area that I want you to consider about that perhaps you've outgrown. And it's time. It's time. And you know what? You should have photos of you. You are not always going to be the age that you are right now. You are not always going to be at this life stage. You are not. You are not. Our bodies are changing. Our faces change. Everything changes over time. And so capture where you are now. Celebrate who you are. Celebrate your essence. Celebrate your brilliance. Celebrate yourself. Okay? I can't wait to see your photos. If you do this, I want you to send me, I got new pictures taken, like literally DM me, reach out to me. I want to see, I want to celebrate you, tag me, all the things. Another area I am encouraging you to consider if you've outgrown are your offers, the design of your business. Think about that. What kinds of offers do you have now? How well are they working for you? What are your price points? How have you designed these services? Is your menu bloated? Do you have too many things on the menu? Do you have things on the menu that you don't even want to serve anymore? You can make change. All of those selections, all of those choices, they give off an energy. Your clients, your prospects, your audience, they're making judgments about you. They are making assessments about what it is that you have in your offer suite. And so get clear here. Have you outgrown any of this? Do you need to raise your prices? Do you want to try something else? What is it? What is it? You can reconsider all of this. This is what growth is. When I was doing a little research for this episode, I saw a quote and I wanted to share it with you for contemplation. And it's this: your income will never outgrow your self-image. Your income will never outgrow your self-image. I just saw this posted somewhere. I don't know who it's attributed to. I've heard it in different versions before. Here it is. Your income will never outgrow your self-image. And so how do you see yourself? What do you think is possible? Are you limiting yourself and what you believe is possible? Why? Why? Really dig in. And this is deep work. And if you touch up on something that's tender, be gentle with yourself. As women, we have been told certain things through our lives about what we are and are not able to do. And it wasn't even so long ago that we weren't even allowed to, quote, own our own money. I mean, we couldn't get a credit card in our name until I think it was the late 70s, 1970s, if I'm not mistaken. So it hasn't been that long that we have been playing this money game and having freedom to do it. And so when we consider this concept of your income will never outgrow your self-image, maybe a piece of this is that we as a collective didn't even believe we could have an income or that our income could be sizable. Often the jobs that were available to women, the careers that were available to women were lower paying positions. And so maybe you've been breaking through that. And perhaps you've had extraordinary success in your business, more than you thought was possible. I know for me, way back when I was still working in corporate, I was making more money than I ever believed I could. I didn't set out to go make a ton of money. That wasn't my initial intent. I was more interested in the type of work I was doing. That is what propelled me forward. And then I realized pretty quick that, yeah, I also want to make money. Shout out to New York City, because that is not a cheap city to live in. And so I realized like, oh, if I'm going to be working this hard, I might as well be making more money, because I like to do things with the money. The money gave me options, choices, freedom. I could do more of the stuff that I wanted to do. I could buy the things I wanted to buy. And so I learned that real quick. And I started making more money than I ever believed I could. And that was awesome. And I remember that time distinctly, because in the job I was doing that, I actually realized I couldn't sustain that position. It was just chronically stressful. And I knew I had there was a shelf life for me there. I was like, all right, I can do this. And then all of a sudden I'm not going to be able to do it anymore, because it's just no. I like the money, but I need to change the position. And I recognize that it was me having a business. Okay, then I can make the money doing the work that I really love to do and I'm incredible at. And then still, you've got to look at, where is your self-image perhaps holding back your income? Where are you getting blocked? And this is like a puzzle, y'all, that we are solving. And I'm not going to tell you it's the easiest puzzle to solve. It's challenging, it can be real tricky, because you'll start getting it solved and then the market changes. You change. If you have a family that you're caring for, their needs change, and you're kind of just moving pieces around and creating this new picture. Okay. But the idea here is, what is your self-image telling you? And what have you outgrown? Where have you outgrown how you once were, what you once believed was possible? You get it? This is critically important. And these are the kinds of conversations we're going to have on Coach Magic, because this is what you need to do to unleash that magic in the world. Through your work, through this incredible business, through these people that are so grateful for the work that you do. But we don't do anyone any favors when we shrink. When we shrink and we're trying to still fit into this place that we've outgrown, this box that we've outgrown, this peg. You are bigger than that. Be bigger. Be bigger, be bigger, be bigger. Own that light of yours. You have an incredible light. It's beautiful. Stop dimming it out of fear. Who cares if certain people don't like that light? That will be true. There will be people who do not like your light. They are blinded by it, typically because they are not owning theirs. And that's okay. We don't need to go try to save the whole world and convince them of our worthiness and why our light is beautiful and why they should like it. You need to love your own light. You need to celebrate your light and then go out there and share it. Something I love doing with groups of clients, often when we wrap up a call, is I'll ask them to identify that feeling that they have inside as we wrap this incredible journey that we've gone on, and name it. Give it a word. And they'll name it and they put it out, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. And I'll say, awesome. And now go share that. Go be that. It takes so much courage to be vibrant, to be colorful, to be bold, to be loving, to be generous, to be excited, to be all of that, because the world has beaten us down in ways. And so for you to say, no, I'm going to go be that, even though there are horrible things happening, even though everything isn't perfect, even though somebody might not like it, That is the courage. And as I'm speaking, I am seeing this woman in my eyes right now. I can see her. I can feel her energy. Iris Apfel. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right, but it's Apfel. Iris is her first name. She just passed away. She was 102. This woman, oh my gosh. I wish I could have met her. She is amazing. You have to go look her up. She was this fashion oh my gosh, superstar. She just wore whatever she felt called to wear. She was so stylish. She was out there. I mean, she was known for this color and these just wild, interesting ensembles that she would put together. She was an interior designer alongside her husband. And they had big name clients. They did work inside the White House for several different presidents. They worked with many celebrities, so big names that you would know. And then she just really started owning more of that style that she had. And she just was just so far out. And I love her. She wore these big glasses, super big. She had a signature look. She had a signature look, and I believe that she would be very proud of this episode. And some of her energy was just to be that bird, but to be that wild, colorful, interesting bird that when you walk in the room, people go, look at that bird. Look at that beautiful, exotic, gorgeous, unique, captivating bird. And so that is what it is when you own that light of yours. When you own it, and then by owning it, and we walk into these rooms and we share it because we are confident. We are confident and we trust that some people will be not available to receive what we have, and that's okay. Because there will be others who will delight in this light, and we will remind them of their own light, and they will start owning theirs more and share it out, and it is that ripple effect that we need. So really tune in today and receive the truth that is flowing through you right now on if this is resonating on, have you outgrown that image? Do you need to own more color? Do you need to own more light? Do you need to own what makes you you? And also be around people who celebrate that, who celebrate. You want to be around people when you walk in the room, they celebrate. They rejoice like, oh, you're here. You're here. Yes. Go be that. More and more and more of those types of people in your world, those types of clients in the world, those types of friends in the world, those types of colleagues, like all of it. And then go extend that out to others in your world. Now, there's a lot of people who are hurting right now. Everyone's fighting their own battle. And so do what you can to make the spaces that you're in more loving, more generous, more joyful, more compassionate. Really, really, really do your part. That's you owning your magic and being that. Go be that in the world. This has been amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm excited to see where we go from here. Get in touch. Let me know how this resonates with you. And again, would be awesome. Well, 2 requests. 1, leave a review and/or rating on your podcast listening platform of choice. That would be incredible. Such a great gift. And thank you in advance. And then go share this with a friend. Someone in your world who would appreciate this, could use this in their life. I would be just so stoked. And let's expand the impact. Let's grow the ripple of Coach Magic. This is Jenny Fennig signing off, and I'll see you next time. Big love.